Hi, everyone. Thank you for. Uh,
Hi, everyone. We're here on Coaching with Brooks Facebook page, and I'm so excited to have Jillian Gossow, a very good friend of mine and amazing yoga instructor from New York City, here with us today, donating her free time for all of you to help you stay calm and stretch during this time. So get your yoga mats out, your towels, and take some deep breaths while I introduce the famous Jillian.
Thank you so much. I'm famous. That's lovely to hear. Thank you, Brooke. It's lovely to be here to reach out to everyone, give them a little bit of a pick me up. If you are new to yoga, this is maybe the time to start. I think we could all use a little bit of that in our life. If you're new, again, this is going to be fine. You'll be able to follow along. I'll go nice and slow. Take breaks when you need it. Just come back. Don't get frustrated. The most important thing I want you to remember is to never lose control of your breath. That's the number one thing. So even if we're doing a plank and you're starting to get, worked up, your heart rate is increasing, the challenge is not so much the plank, but to keep your breath a nice, slow, and steady pace. Okay. So you need a mat or a towel, a blanket or a pillow. Especially if you have sensitive knees, you're going to want that blanket or that pillow. Other than that, if you have blocks or a strap or something you like for your own practice, of course, help yourself to whatever you need. So first, take a pillow or that blanket, and you're going to prop yourself up.
And Jillian, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
yeah,
typically on Facebook Lives, people put comments in and they want to ask questions. Of course, because of the nature of this video, it would be hard to answer typed questions at the moment. Would it be okay if they type in their questions and we answer it after the video? Okay, great.
Of course. Please reach out to me, message me, whatever you need. I'm really happy to help answer any questions or start you up on a yoga practice. If you've ever been thinking about it, again, this is the time. Okay, so you're on your pillow, your blanket, your towel, your mats, whatever. You don't need a lot for yoga. That is one of the beautiful parts about it. We're going to start with a few really simple breaths. It's one of the most simple, beautiful meditations that I love to do. You can do it anywhere, anytime. Simply one hand is on your heart, one hand is on your belly. You want to feel like you're sitting up tall, but you're not tensing. You're not working too hard. It's more of a relaxed sense of your spine lengthening. Close your eyes. And I want you to simply focus on the feeling of your breath on your hands. That's it. So when you breathe in, you feel your hands rise, your belly sticks out. And you're exhaling out your mouth. You want to hear your breath as much as possible. That is a nice signal to your brain that you're safe, that you're okay. It's why we sigh a lot in moments of stress. Centers our nervous system a bit. Again, take a deep breath in through your nose, belly rises. And you exhale the stress out. One more time, inhale, feel your breath. Exhale, let it go. Just taking a few moments here to tune inward. Just simply holding your heart, holding your belly is a lovely way to remind yourself that what you control, what matters the most, is inside. Tuning in, letting the outside be outside. It's a lovely way to just relax, to center. And slowly open your eyes. Reach your arms up over your head, stretching the front of your throat, looking up at your palms. All day we look down at our phones, down at our computers. In yoga, you want to give your body the chance to do the opposite, to correct that posture, harming habits that we all have. Palms come to your hearts. Again, reach up, stretch the front of your throat. And turning to the left, You'll bring your right hand to your left knee. Your left hand is behind you, propping yourself up. On the exhale, you push the twist a little deeper. On the inhale, you want to feel like you're pushing up and lengthening the spine. So inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, push, try to look a little further over that left shoulder. Again, inhale, push. Exhale, look a little more over your left shoulder. Now you're going to keep that right hand on your knee. Reach the left arm up over your head. Again, always looking, stretching your throat. Reach up and over. Feel that whole left side of your waist. Get a nice pull. And both hands now will find your knees in a cross. And then pull yourself forward. Chin to chest. Really giving yourself a pull. The only thing working here is your arms. Let your neck go a little side to side. Whatever feels good. Listen to your body. I don't like strict rules in my practice. Do your own thing. If we're holding a stretch and we move on and you're like, this stretch is so nice, stay. This is about you. This is your escape. When you're on your mat, the more you practice, the more it's a little bit of a escape from the rest of the world. Well, now you're coming all the way up. Your left hand is now going to stay on that right knee and you twist in the other direction. Inhale, press, lengthen the spine. Exhale, push the twist, looking over that right shoulder a little bit more to get all the nice little cracks out in your low back. Inhale again, lengthen up. And exhale to twist. One more time, inhale, lengthen head to the ceiling. And exhale, twist. Again, reaching that right arm up over your head. Follow it, feel the space in your side as both hands find your knees. And you start to fold forward again. Let your shoulders drop, feel your upper back. Start to pull forward, just a nice gentle stretch. And slowly come all the way back. Reach the arms up. Now for eagle arms, you're going to bring your right arm to start under your left, crossing the elbows, and try to get a grip any way that you can. So if this is not working for you, you can do this, make it work for you. What you want to feel is a nice pull in the upper back and your shoulders. So inhale, really grip the arms, grip. And then on your exhale, you just fold forward. Let the hands drop and feel that nice pull again. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, hunch forward. Just find a nice curve in your back. Inhale up. And release that bind with your arms. Reach the arms up. And left arm now under the right. Again, you may find one side is a little stickier than the other. That's totally normal. Get that nice grip. You want to squeeze with everything you got. Inhale, the elbows up, head falls back. And exhale, we hunch and fall forward. Inhale up. And exhale, fold forward, curving the spine. Release that bind. If you're sitting on your pillow or your blanket, you can remove that to your side. We'll use that in a bit. And come on to hands and knees. If you have sensitive knees, again, always use a little bit of padding. So you want to make sure your wrists are right under your shoulders. Your knees are right underneath your hips. Now, you don't want to arch your back too much. Feel like you're pulling your belly button into your spine so that you have a nice neutral curve there. Extend your right arm in front of you. Your thumb is facing the ceiling. Sorry, I know you can't see my whole body on Facebook Live. And extend your left leg behind you, toes pointed down towards the mat. So your left hip is also pointing down. You don't want to be open too much. Feel equal weight distributed throughout that left palm and the right knee. Belly's engaged, elbow slowly comes into your knee, and extend back out. Elbow into your knee. And out. And again, elbow into your knee. And back out. Good. Pausing here slowly. You'll tap the toes and the fingertips down to the mat. And up. Feel every muscle engaged here. If you're going to do a pose, you might as well get a full body workout in every one. Might as well get the most out of it. And one more. And up. Good. Lower that palm, lower that knee down. Child's pose. We're going to bring our knees about mat's width distance apart, toes touch, and you'll let your head come down to the mat. Crawl your fingertips all the way out in front of you. Forehead is relaxed and feel a bit like you're pushing the skin of your forehead down towards your eyes. And that's a very nice way to release any pressure that you're keeping up into your face. And slowly come all the way back up to that tabletop position. We'll do the other side here again, pulling the belly button into the spine. My teacher always calls it the Kardashian or the Urkel. You don't want either one necessarily. It's kind of a middle ground here. Extend your left arm out, thumb faces your ceiling. The right leg behind you. The toes are pointed down towards the mat. Elbow in, arching the back, and out. So this is slow. It's a lot harder to do these slow, actually, because you want to really engage the core to find that steadiness. And out. Good. Find that balance. Check. Say, am I equally distributed again through right hand and left knee? Lower the fingertips and toes down. Lift up. Lower down. And up. And lower down. And up. Good. Lower back down. Child's pose. Knees nice and wide. And sit your hips back to your heels. If you have very tight hips, the wider your knees are, the easier it's going to be for you to sit your hips to your heels. So that's just a little bit of a trick here for form. Again, pushing gently the skin on your forehead down towards your nose and letting the body just melt. Should be no effort whatsoever going on here. Child's pose is a great little pose to just drop down into your day anytime you feel you need it, which is probably pretty often these days. And come all the way back up. A few cat-cows. You inhale to look up, arching the back. Exhale, belly button to the spine, chin to chest, and over-exaggerate these movements, okay? It's a really nice, safe, gentle back stretch, so go for it. You don't have to do little baby versions of this. I like to maybe let my hips go a bit side to side, my shoulders go a bit side to side. Again, I'm making this my practice. Feel where you're stiff, where your body is holding on to stress. And then you want to try to move that a little bit. We hold on to stress in our body like glue, sticks in our muscles and joints. And part of yoga is making space for the body to release that stress. And back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, pushing up to a downward facing dog. So you want a little bit of space between each one of your fingertips. You're gripping the mat so that you're not overworking your wrists here. Take a little bend in your knees and then stick your butt up as high as you can. That's what we want in a downward dog, a nice straight spine. Then if you'd like to work on lowering the heels down, getting a bit in your hamstrings, go for it. Slowly pedaling out the legs. So you'll bend one knee at a time, pushing one heel down at a time. Let your head go a bit side to side. Good. And slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Nice bend in the knees, slow as you need. Coming on to tentative fingertips once you are back there. Grab opposite elbows. Your feet are about hips width distance apart, or 2 fists between your feet is a good way to measure that as well. Shift the weight out of your heels, much heavier in your toes. A little swing side to side. So this is my very favorite stretch for your low back. Also gives you a nice little boost of energy in your day. Shake it out, taking a breath. Flutter the lips, whatever feels good here. Be a noodle. Nothing working here. You want to get your chest nice and close to your legs. And drop the fingertips down to the mat. Nice and slowly, your head will be the last thing to come up. One vertebrae at a time. Slower than you want, finding that nice control. Again, reach the arms up over your head. Palms to your heart. Always bend your knees as you fold forward. That's going to protect your back. What is people who go like this? That will wear down at your spine eventually. So bend the knees, then you can straighten the legs once your hands are able to touch the mat. Crawl back nice and slow. Find a plank. Shoulders right above wrists, engaging the core. Notice if your butt's up a little bit too high, it's common to sink down. You want to find that nice neutral spine. Hold here, breathe through it. Notice how quickly your mind is probably frustrated. It's probably like, when is she going to say we can get out of this plane? Can you breathe through it? Can you be uncomfortable knowing it will end and be calm? 5, 4, 3, 2. Gently the knees come down, child's pose. And take child's pose anytime you need it throughout this practice. Let's slowly come all the way back on up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. We're going to do that little sequence one more time. You'll push up, downward facing dog. I'm pushing into my fingertips, pedal out the legs, warm up the hamstrings and calf muscles. Make sure your shoulders aren't bunched up by your ears. You want to push them down away from the ears. And slowly start to walk your hands back to your feet. Once you're back there, you're going to bend your left knee and keep your right leg as straight as you can, okay? If that's not possible for you, you bend the knees as much as you need to, okay? Left hand right under your nose, fingertips on the mat like there's a baseball in your palms, and open the right arm. Look up at the ceiling. Option to take a half bind here, meaning the right arm reaches behind your back and you open that shoulder up even more, okay? If this is a little too much on the shoulder, you just keep the arm straight up, that's fine. Good, if you're in the bind, re-extend the arm and lower down. Bend your right knee, left leg is straight, and open up the left arm. If you took the bind, you do so again. You never have to take any variation that I give, but if you do so on one side, you want to make both sides even. And re-extend. And lower the hands down. This time interlace your fingers behind your back and pull the palms away from you as if there was a string pulling them up to the ceiling. And continue with a little bend in your knees to pull the shoulders back as you rise all the way up. Good, reach the arms again up over your head, finding that prayer. Bend your knees, palms come to your hearts, and you start to fold back down. Once your fingertips can touch the mat, then you can straighten the legs if that's available to you. Start to slowly crawl on back to our downward dog. And you shift your weight forward into a plank. Hold here. Quiet the mind through your breath. Hear your breath. Notice the frustration and be okay with it. We can't avoid being uncomfortable in life. We can work on tolerating that a little bit better, not panicking, not having anxiety just because this is unpleasant. I hate planks. Everyone hates planks. That's okay. We don't have to stay in it for that long. 5, 4, 3, 2, and child's pose. There's always a child's pose at the end of a plank, figuratively and literally in life. And come all the way back up. One more time here, same series. Notice if your body, maybe it's a little easier. Your muscles remember this, your mind remembers this. You can kind of tune out a little more and get into the flow. So we'll do this one just a touch faster. Come back into your downward dog. Check your form. Nice bend in the knees, pedal it out. Maybe turn the head right and left. And slowly walk your hands back. Left hand down in front of your nose. Left knee bends, right leg is straight. Open the right arm, look up to the ceiling. Half bind again if that is lovely on your shoulder. We never force anything. Listen to your body. Reach the arm up and lower down. Switch sides, right knee bends, left leg straight. And open the left arm and reach behind your back. Reach the arm up and lower back down. Again, with a nice bend in your knees, interlace your fingers behind your back, open up the shoulders, should feel really nice. Chin stays to your chest. Your head is always the last thing to come up when you come to stand, and that prevents any kind of dizziness or a little bit of a head rush. And reach the arms up, palms together over your head. Bend the knees, fold down. Once the fingertips are able to touch the ground, now maybe your knees need to bend this much in order to do that. That's fine. If it's available to you, then you can straighten the legs and fold. Crawl back. We pause for a moment in downward dog, and a little bit of an alignment trick here. Where your hands and feet are when you rock forward to a plank is where they should be in a downward dog, okay? So we'll practice that just a bit more. Hold your plank, inhale. Exhale, push back, downward dog. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back to a downward dog. Coming forward to our plank, our very favorite parts. 5, 4, 3. We could hold this forever because we're fine being uncomfortable. Child's pose. And come all the way back up to all fours when you're ready. Maybe you're like, I'm going to stay in child's pose for the rest of this. Great, I support that. Bring your right foot in front of you. Okay. You want to make sure your right ankle is right above your right knee. The left hand stays down. The right arm opens up. Make sure the right knee isn't flailing open. You want to keep it steady. Look up past your fingertips. Reach the right arm up over your head, lower it back down. Come on to tented fingertips again and start to rock your weight back. You scoot the right ankle a little bit forward. Maybe you need to literally take your ankle and pull it forward. That's fine. These sticky mats don't help us in this situation. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, drop down as if your forehead was going to just rest on your knee one day when we're all perfect yogis. And stretching back up. Walk the hands back up to that nice low lunge. Come back onto hands and knees. Downward dog. Forward plank. Child's pose. One more time, and then we're down on the mat for some meditation and breath work and rest. Bring your left foot in front of you. Take a moment, get that alignment. I want my left ankle right above my left, right below, that would be pretty amazing, right below your left knee. Right hand is down, left arm opens up, look up past your fingertips to the ceiling, stretching your neck. Twists are incredibly good for detoxing the body, very healthy for your spine. And lower the hand up, over, and down. Come on to those tented fingertips and walk the hands back as you lengthen the left leg. Any amount, if this is too much, you bend the knee a little bit, okay? This is for you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, drop the head down, forehead towards your knee. You can crawl the fingertips towards your foot. You can also keep them right under your shoulders, okay? That's what feels better for you. And slowly come back up. Rebend that left knee. Come back, hands and knees, last downward dog for today's session. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up. Inhale, forward plank, check. Are your hands and feet where you need to be for a plank? If so, you got your downward dog form right. If not, we work on that next time. Child's pose. And come all the way back up to sit. Take your pillow again. Gotta love any kind of exercise that deals with pillows. And come to sit just like we started. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Lean back again. We're correcting our posture. We're opening our heart. Notice how often during the day you're probably hunching forward. Let your hands support your head. You're getting a suntan. Notice if you feel a deep breath kind of coming on right away when you do this. And reach the arms back up. I love that one. Palms to your heart. Let's finish how we started. One hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes. And feel your breath. Just notice it. Notice your heartbeat. How often do you just stop and notice your breath or your heart beating? Happens all day, every day, hopefully. You never just stop to tune inward, and it is the quickest way to calm down, get rid of the noise that never stops outside, to find a center that is still. Take one more deep breath here. Out your mouth. Let the shoulders drop. Palms to your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And I want you all to know this is the first time I've gotten Brooke to do yoga with me since high school. Namaste. Thank you.
Jillian, this is amazing. And there's some truth to what she's saying. I'm usually more of the hardcore sports, and I'm not a huge yoga practicer. And this was fantastic because I sit at a desk all day coaching virtually. And since so many people are working online and at desks now, they need this. And and just to take that moment, like you said, and notice your breath and notice your heart. And look, it was only a half an hour, and I'm new to this.
Yeah, it's good to have those sweat sessions. We did Orange Theory together a few weeks ago. There's a place for that, but you need to also make a place for opening your heart, slowing down. It's equally important, okay? You're only doing your boot camp. Your body is going to be really good at that, and it's not practicing the opposite. It's the balance. So just make sure you're making time for both in your life right now.
Absolutely. So Jillian, I know that you work individually and you do group classes in New York City at Chelsea Piers and individually and for corporations. So if someone wanted to set something up with you, how do they get in touch with you?
So you can DM me on Instagram, message me on Facebook, Jillian Yoga NYC. You can email me, jillianyogaNYC@gmail.com. I do a lot of corporate sessions in the morning before everyone gets on their conference call. They can all tune in with me for a little bit of breath work. It can be more of a workout if that's what they want. It can be a little more of what we did today. It can be just meditation. I do one-on-one with people, which is nice if you're new because I can watch you, I can correct you, make sure you don't hurt yourself and you're doing it correctly. The form can be a little difficult to get in the beginning. Other than that, we can do group classes. I'm very open and flexible to ideas. This is a new world for all of us as far as exercising and getting our new normal in. So I'm happy to work with you. And if you just have any questions, feel free. I really want to help people get a little bit of a center today and God knows how long in the future. So feel free to reach out anytime.
Yeah, Jillian, I can't thank you enough. I feel so much more centered.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and the way I deal with anxiety during this time is just bury myself doing work. So to take this break and really just focus on myself and my breathing, it makes me so much more focused, especially someone who has ADHD and coaches people with ADHD.
It's amazing, right? Just to take a deep breath, like we forget, and it's so powerful. So I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Maybe now you'll take yoga with me more often when I come to visit you.
Maybe. Or I'll hire you live.
Hey, even better. Let's do that instead.
Well, thank you again. And we'll be putting your information in the comment section. And this will also be posted on Coaching with Brooks Facebook page. I believe it's live streaming on your Facebook page as well right now, Jillian Gassau Yoga. What is it, Jillian Gassau Yoga, New York City?
It's Jillian Yoga NYC.
Jillian Yoga NYC.
You can also look up Jillian Gassau and it will come up as well.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Namaste. Bye.
Bye.